I'm Davey.
I'm Davis.
I'm Micah, and we are the Overcash family, and this is our story.
Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here?
So, to start off, Davis was diagnosed with hepatoblastoma, which is a form of liver cancer, at the age of 5. He initially, we didn't know that it was liver cancer, so we were transferred to CMC Levine's, and they actually were doing a lot of testing because they thought that he had a liver rupture or laceration. Come to find out, about 14 days into the trauma and the traumatic injury that they thought he had, they discovered that he did have liver cancer. We as a family decided that we wanted to get a second opinion, so we went to a hospital in Philadelphia, CHOP, and there they actually started a treatment option and plan for him. So what we as a family decided is we would do treatment both in Philadelphia and in Charlotte, and we kind of traveled back and forth between the two. So altogether, Davis had 36 rounds of chemo. He had a liver, the whole right lobe of his liver was removed, and then he had post-chemo after the right lobe of his liver was removed. So initially it was 24 chemo treatments, the surgery, and then 12 more chemo treatments post-surgery. This all happened in January, and then by January of 2015 is when we started, or we found out he had the liver cancer, and by June 22nd of 2015, he had finished up all of his treatment. So within a 6-month window, he went through all of his treatment, his surgery, and then he started his recovery process.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is a lot.
That was a whirlwind, right?
Yes. Huge whirlwind for us. So once in June, he had finished all of his treatments, the surgery was completed, he then would have follow-up clinic visits with his oncologist every 2 months, where he would have x-rays, blood work, and they would just make sure that the cancer was not coming back. This year, he will be his 6th year in remission, and we still go and have a follow-up appointment yearly, which started at his 4-year. We started just every year. That was really hard for us because we wanted those test results to know that his cancer was not back. So it was kind of hard to go that long period of time and not know, is it back? Is he okay? But we just had to know, basically by looking at Davis and knowing his routine and how he was acting and feeling, that he was okay. I know a lot of moms will say, do you ever worry, like if he gets sick or he has a cold or he's not feeling well? But I feel like we're at a point that we've just learned that we know him and we know when he is sick and when something else is going on. I feel like that we would know if there was something else going on. So that's kind of our story in a nutshell with Davis. That's making it short and sweet to kind of sum it up. But that's kind of, in that 6-month window, pretty much what happened as far as lots of needle sticks, right, Davis?
Yeah.
Chemo made him pretty sick, lost his hair.
Which was a big deal.
Yes, he did not want to lose his hair. That was like he was like, I don't want to lose my hair. But we tried to make everything as normal as we could for him, even though going to school was a little difficult because they didn't, a lot of times when he would get his chemo treatment, his ANC level, which is your level to keep you from getting infections. If it was really low, they wouldn't want him to go and be around other people. But we tried to keep everything as normal as we could for him. So if he could go to school, he went to school. If he could play with other kids, he played with other kids. Just because we didn't want him to feel like that he was any different or anything had changed due to what was going on.
Even still going to dance.
Yeah, he was still going to dance. So
Yeah, so why don't you tell us a little bit about your passion for dance?
I've been dancing for 3 years and I really like it. Last year I did a bunch of different dances. I did hip hop, tap, ballet, gymnastics, and
jazz.
yeah. And then this is my 4th year on dance, like doing competitions. But without competitions, I've been at my dance studio for about 5 years, I think. So it's been a long time that I've just danced at the studio.
Did you dance before you actually went to the studio?
Yeah. At my aunt's wedding, I danced like the whole time.
So you've been dancing from like day one.
Yeah.
And that's primarily how we came up with the name of his fight during cancer was Dancing Davis Shaking Off Cancer Foundation. And that's how we came up with a name. We were actually they had playrooms in the hospital, and we were hanging out in the playroom, and at the time it was when the Taylor Swift song came out, Shake It Off. And so he's dancing, the song's playing, and we were like, that can be his theme for his cancer fight, Dancing Davis Shaking Off Cancer. So that's how we came up with the theme for his cancer fight. And we had t-shirts made, and that was kind of, everybody started calling him Dancing Davis because he danced constantly. When music was on, he didn't stop.
I still don't stop.
No, he does not. He currently gets in trouble at school on a daily basis for tap dancing at his desk.
Yeah. I just move my feet under the desk.
I love it. Well, it sounds like it's the perfect name, right?
Yeah.
So when did you decide to go from that kind of being like your mantra or your theme to actually, how did you decide to move that into a foundation to help other people?
So during our fight, we had our community, friends, family, church family, people we didn't even know were reaching out. How can we help? What can we do? They just, with us being an original Mooresville family, both of us grew up there, so we knew a lot of people. So there was tons of people just reaching out to find out what they could do to help. And some of our friends, they put together a barbecue, and with the barbecue, they raised quite a bit of money, and so that was a huge event for the community and us, and we just, with that event, once we found out that he was cancer-free, it was so humbling that we experienced that we decided we wanted to give back to other families. So I said, let's have a foundation and kind of carry out what others did for us. And not only was there a barbecue, there was also like a car show that was done. There were, I'm trying to think of what else.
Spaghetti
triathlon.
dinner.
the
at school.
spaghetti dinner at school. But there were so many different. Our church family did a lot of stuff as far as sending us things when we were in Philadelphia. Our pastor actually flew to Philadelphia for us the day Davis had surgery. So it was just a lot, and we felt this humble experience from all of that, and we wanted to do the same for other families that were going through what we went through.
That didn't have the support.
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
Really, not very much at all out of.
Like that one girl.
Yeah. There was a girl in Philly that we were there the initial time, and she was the same age as Davis, 2 doors down. She was there for the first 4 days with no family whatsoever.
Oh, goodness.
Come to find out, single mom, 3 other kids, and she just couldn't afford to be out of work
Yeah.
or had anything else to do with other kids. So that was kind of the first initial, like, maybe there's a spot that we could help sometime.
Wow. Wow.
So that was kind of when the wheels started turning initially. Like I said, Davis had literally a whole hospital room full of toys that people had sent. And this girl literally had nothing.
Nothing.
The nurses ate dinner with her. The whole 9 yards. No toys. She was just there by herself.
Oh,
So that was kind of the very first thing that kind of got it rolling. And then after we come home, all the support, definitely after that, it kind of took off.
Right. And when you have so much, you've got a surplus, and then you see someone who has literally nothing,
Absolutely.
that breaks your heart for somebody. And you don't want them to ever. You don't want to have to see that again. You want to do something about it. Those things change you forever, don't they?
Oh, yeah, yeah. And that was one of the things we asked. Could we go out and buy her stuff to have there? Because her room was empty and then Davis's room was full. And we were like, can we go get her? Because we wanted her to have the same that he had. And they were like, well, we'll get her some stuff. And but did we go? That's what I thought.
We didn't after the fact. Initially, they were like, well, because of HIPAA laws or whatever, like, they didn't want to tell us her deal. Because I asked,
Yeah.
just curious, like, you go to the family room and her door's always open. So you can't, after you're there for 14, 15 days, you walk by numerous times a day. You see in the room, nobody's ever there. You take notice of it and just kind of ask. So we did end up getting some stuff to her. Like, we don't care. She don't have to know where it come from or whatever. But just something for her to do.
To have a stuffed animal on her bed.
Right.
Yeah. So how do people that need help from the Dancing Davis Foundation get paired up, and how do you find out about those that are in need?
So most of our referrals come from, a lot of them is through Facebook stuff. I see, like, I'll be on Facebook and he's all the time like, you're always on your phone, but I'm on Facebook and I'll see, families pop up, and I'm like, once you get in this, what I call family that you never really wanted to be a part of, but you have become the part of that family, then you're in kind of a circle, and you have friends on Facebook, and then they have friends that they've met, and some of the kids are still going to clinics, so then they'll add additional, families on their Facebook page. So it's just kind of, a lot of it is through Facebook, and if I see a family through Facebook, then I'll just reach out to them and say, hey, we have this foundation. If there's anything that you need, we're here for monetary support. Or if your child needs some kind of, like if it's maybe something hospital-wise that maybe the family can't afford or whatever, we're here to do, if it's medical bill or power bill, we're here to help in any way that we can. Or even if it's just that your child needs an iPad or they want some kind of special toy. If that's what's going to help them get through their fight, that's kind of what we're here for. We do get referrals too from the hospital sometimes. They'll reach out and say, we have this family and can you possibly help? Because the hospital knows that we have the foundation. And one of the situations that I will talk about, it was a situation where the child was out of the treatment process. But like we were talking about with Davis, he, even though he was done with all of his treatment, we still went back every 2 months, and then every 3 months, and then every 4 months, depending on what year after the treatment we were in. But they would consider that out of the treatment phase. So this particular child needed an MRI. And because he was out of that treatment phase, that application that they had filled out, they could not fulfill that because it was out of treatment phase. So then they just referred him to us, and I was like, absolutely, if he needs that, then we'll, pay whatever, or we'll give you, the monetary donation for whatever it costs to have that done. And so that's kind of how we've gotten the referrals to help. And then we also, we donate to families that we don't even know, because every year we do gift cards, and we take those to the hospital, we drop them off, and it's usually $20, $25, or $10. It just kind of depends on what we choose to get that year. This year we did $3,500, and it was $25 gift cards and $10 gift cards. And so those are given to the clinic at the hospital, and it's for if a family needs medications, or if they need gas or groceries or whatever. This year we chose Target as our gift cards. So what the social workers will do is, if a family comes in and they're, saying that they really need some help with their assistance with their medications, or they're needing some groceries, then they'll donate a few, or they'll give a few of those gift cards, and then that way they can go to the stores. So there's a lot of families that we're helping, but we don't even have contact or anything with those families. We're just donating the gift cards.
All right. So it takes money to run a foundation and to be able to help people. So how has the Dancing Davis Foundation gotten money? How have you raised money over these years to support the foundation?
We've had a dance-a-thon for 1 year, we've had a barbecue for 5 years, and then we had the triathlon for 4. And that 5K. And so we've had those just to help us.
Fun. Well, it sounds like maybe you should have a triathlon, because you.
Well, he did do a triathlon.
Did
I
you
think
did
that's
a
what he
triathlon?
did.
Yes.
Yeah, I've done
That's
it.
amazing.
Twice.
2 years in a row.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So, what are the plans to raise money for this year, for 2021?
We decided to do a car show.
Awesome. We love a car show.
So as Davis has gotten older and his interests have changed, and he has really gotten into cars, we thought that instead of doing our barbecue this year, our family fun day would become a car show. So I think that just changing it up a little bit and doing something different is exciting, not only for us, but we hope that it's going to be exciting for other people.
Awesome. So, when is the car show?
So the car show is May 1st, and it's going to be from 9 until 3 at the GoPro Motorplex in Mooresville.
Fun. So, what kind of vehicles are invited to participate in and be there for the car show?
There's cars, trucks, and motorcycles.
So, it sounds like pretty much anything.
A little bit of everything.
A little
Yeah.
bit of anything and everything. Well, that sounds like that'd be a crowd pleaser. So people should just plan to go ahead and put that on their calendars and come out and be a part. Are you going to be selling food and beverages there as well?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna sell barbecue.
We will do
as
the
well.
barbecue.
We will have barbecue.
Fantastic.
The same
we-
buddy of ours that always cooks, does the catering as well. He's going to cook again this year.
Great.
So,
So
yeah.
for your loyal supporters that have came out year after year to purchase barbecue and be a part of the Family Fun Day, this is another time that they can come out and do that again, right?
Correct. Yes.
Fantastic.
So, and we hope we should have the bounce house up for the kids that day for people. Cornhole boards out if they want to do that. Clutch Coffee will be there. We hope to have some type of icy ice cream type for the kids. So we're trying to get, and we definitely will have raffle items for sure, and a 50-50. So,
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds like people should just go ahead and get their phones out and put it on their calendar.
absolutely.
Plan to be there. So, is there a website or a best way that people can keep up with events happening this year and beyond? Or if they would just feel like they should make a donation, where can they do that?
So the best place for them to find, for me, I update more often, it would be our Facebook page, and that's Dancing Davis Shaking Off Cancer. It's on Facebook. And then if they want to make a donation, if they want to reach out through the Facebook, then we have a PayPal account, and that's probably the easiest way for people to make a donation. Or I can give our address, and they could send, something like that. But probably through PayPal is probably the best way, or mail.
Okay, fantastic. Well, we'll put that contact information at the end of this video for anyone who wants to contact the Overcash family to make a donation or maybe some sponsorship. So if they have a corporate sponsorship that they are looking for a great cause to support, this is definitely one of those great causes. Was there anything else you want to share with us today?
So, speaking of sponsorships, we do have those available for the car show. So, if anybody is interested in a sponsorship, where there's multiple levels, and we'll be glad to share those with you. That is posted on our Facebook page. So, if you go there, Facebook page. So, if you go there, you can see what levels of sponsorship are available. And something else I was going to say. Shoot.
It's okay. I think we have one more question. This one is for Davis. What is the most fun that you have had helping other families who are fighting cancer?
I like doing the toy drive a lot because we go to Target and Walmart and we just get like 2 carts full or 3 carts full of just toys. And a lot of the reactions we get are just really funny to me because people just look in the carts like, what in the world?
Yeah,
And
because
so-
that's fun for me as well. Because the first couple years it was just him and myself. This year we took our nephew Lane, which is 5, just to go along and just kind of go down the aisles and have at it.
Fun. You kind of feel like you're playing Santa Claus or something then, don't you?
Yeah.
It's very fun.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
And it's been neat because just about every year we always have people ask, is this for a special event? And every year him and I've been, always been people right at the register give money for what we're doing.
That's fantastic.
Whether it's $5, with $100, whatever, we've had a little bit of everything. So
And
it's always neat to see that as well.
And with the toy drive, we do take donations, and a lot of times we'll get monetary donations, and then part of the money that we raise throughout the year too, we add a little bit to that. So that's how they get to go and just load the carts up, because we just want to, what happens is after Christmas, the toy closets at the hospital kind of get low because there's so many donations, like they give out so much stuff around that time. So we always take, usually in February, and that's when we drop off. So it kind of helps to restock for the, next couple months.
And as well, like when Davis will get a scan done, treatment, and especially in Philly, they knew he liked Legos, so when he would come back, there would be a Lego in his bed. And all those toys, all the kids get to keep. So, throughout the year and at Christmas, the closets get kind of emptied out. So that's just the better time for them, for us to go after Christmas, refill at the beginning of the year. And it's not just toys, it's tablets, PlayStation, Xbox games. It's a little bit of smartwatches, earbuds now for some of the older kids. So it's not just toys, it's a bunch of different stuff, but that's a fun time.
And that was one of the things that when we were in the hospital, that was something that just made him feel good, even if he had had a bad day or he went and had some type of treatment or scan. And so that was one of the things that we felt like if we could give back in that sense, just to put a smile on a kid's face. And that's what Dancing Davis, that's our motto is making a child smile, putting a smile on a kid's face. So,
Well, guys, thanks for sharing your story with us and your plans for this coming year to continue to fund the foundation and for all that you're doing to help families in need. We wish you a really successful year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you guys for having us on.